Welcome to the Celena and Avory Show. I'm Celena.
I'm Avory.
And this is our YouTube channel.
Woo!
Let's begin. This is the first part of a two-part series. And it has to do with when we saw a UFO. Hence the alien, space buns, green, lucky, because it doesn't happen to everyone.
This story starts at night while we were at NAU, living at Hilltop. It was our last year, actually our last semester. And just to give you a layout of the place, okay, we're driving towards here. Where we live is in this general facility, and then there's a cemetery that's right next to where we live. Insert map of our driving route. So, as we were coming up to the first stop sign, we see out in the distance above the cemetery, three bright white lights, like clear as day, the brightest lights I've ever seen in my life, not blinking, consistently bright.
And in a straight line.
In a straight line, yes, thank you. And at first, Celena was thinking maybe a drone, because they look like that. It was moving like a drone, kind of hovering, like, it was weird how it was moving.
It was moving left and right and then also up and down.
Yeah.
It was like,
it wasn't like an airplane or a helicopter, how they move. It was weird.
It was really weird. It was like bobbing.
Yeah. But then, as we turned to go to the second stop sign, dead ahead and looking at the cemetery, this aircraft started to go down. It was hovering down, also, and it got bigger.
Though it did get bigger and it was hovering down. Also, though, like, the cemetery is in a forest, so we could see it behind the trees.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it was in the trees. And the light was so bright, it was piercing through all the trees. Mm-hmm. Like, so bleeping bright. And also, what I think it was that made it look so small in the beginning was that it was far. I think it was really far away up in the sky. And then when it came down, closer to the ground and trees, it then got bigger, obviously, because it got closer to us. You know what I mean? It must have been really far. And it went like that. Like, it got that close and that. It was quick. And it was so quick that it looked smooth.
As we're getting closer to it, I start screaming, like, more loudly, like, what is it? What is it? You know? Because I was so flipped out. Like, I was like...
I realized it wasn't a drone.
Yeah, we realized it wasn't a drone, like, when we got closer, because I was like, I've seen a drone before, and I was like, okay, well, that's not a drone.
It was too big. So, we stopped at the stop sign. Right as we turn right, this thing follows us and goes right. Completely opposite of where it was going before. Because
when we were coming up this way to that first stop sign we were telling y'all about, it was over here. It was like above this building called Seacrest at NAU, and it was going left. So it was going with us left, actually. And then when we turned right at that stop sign and ended up going straight and then turned right again, it went right. It went to the opposite way it was going when we originally first saw it.
Keep in mind, I have my window rolled down.
And so do I.
Just want to point this out. Yeah, we both have our windows rolled down. We turn right at the stop sign, right? And then there's Hilltop on the left. And then we see this thing above the entrance of Hilltop, like above the buildings. And at first I was like, oh, wait, no, it's a helicopter, because I could see a belly, like the belly of the thing, kind of like a helicopter. But then I was like, no, it can't be, because I didn't see the stick, like the tail.
We didn't see the propellers either.
Or the propellers. And then Celena, tell them what you saw.
So when we came into Hilltop, there's this part of Hilltop. Okay, so there's so I'm going to do it from my perspective. So from me, I was sitting in the car and I was looking out the window this way, right? So there was the office building here and then the first apartment building. Between the first apartment building and the office building, there's a space. And in that space, there's like a grassy area. There's a bench and it kind of has like this, like, what's it called?
An awning,
like a gazebo.
A gazebo. Is that what it is? I don't know if it's good. It's like
Insert mysterious object here. So yes, that's what it looked like. So I was looking straight at it, and behind that object, like, there's a huge space, right? So anyway, so I'm looking straight at it. The office is here, the space, whatever the heck, and then the first apartment building. I saw it in the spacing. It looks like a triangle, okay, like this. Okay, so it has a triangle. It has 3 lights, okay, and then there's like this little red flashing light at the tail end of it, which what the hell, I didn't see that before. I only saw it because I could see it laying flat this way. And I don't know how we saw it, like, with the forest, because we definitely didn't see it, like how we saw it just now, just like then. Like, it was very different when it was in the forest, like with the 3 straight lights, because when it was in the forest, it was 3 straight lights. I think, like, in the forest, it was straight on like this with the 3 lights, and then it flipped up that way, and that's when I saw 3 other lights. I don't know how this thing worked, you know. I don't know. But anyway, it was huge, y'all. I was in shock. I literally sat there, I was like, oh my gosh. Insert drawing of UFO. So, as y'all can see, it was a very big spacecraft.
It was taller than a pine tree.
Yeah,
it was. I remember seeing it over a pine tree because it passed by, and I could see it pass a pine tree. Like, the pine tree was behind it, past it.
Yeah, so I went to get out of the car because I was like, I need to get up closer to this thing. And so I get out the car just like for a split second because it's starting to go this way. And she's like, no, let's drive after it. And so I get back in the car, and we were out of the apartment complex within like 10-15 seconds, right? It was very quick because we had just came in. So all she had to do was boom, boom, out, right? So Avery and I turned left out of Hilltop. It disappeared. Like, literally,
completely.
We drove around town for 20 minutes looking for this object, and it was gone. How could we not see it again? You know what I mean?
There wasn't even a shimmer in the sky. We didn't see 3 lights at all.
Nothing.
Completely
gone. For skeptics out there, 1, it couldn't be an airplane because airplanes can't get that low to the ground. So when we saw it straight on, it was very low to the ground when it was dipping into the trees and stuff. 2, it couldn't be a helicopter because helicopters, the top of it, the wings, is that propellers, there we go. The propellers that spin round and round, they make the trees blow, right? And the trees weren't moving.
They weren't moving
at all. In Flagstaff, there's a lot of airplanes and helicopters going over, and we hear them, right? You hear them as they come through the sky. So when our windows were rolled down, and the closest we ever got to this thing, which is when I saw it through that space, there was no sound.
And I saw it by the cemetery because it was like right fucking there, right next to me.
It was weird.
I mean, not like right next to me, but it was like it was close, and I heard nothing. Like,
we didn't hear anything.
We told a family member this who knows military aircrafts very well.
He works on them. Yeah, he works on them and builds them.
And he asked us if there was like a green light on this aircraft, and we said no, it was only red and white.
He even said, he's like, okay, well, that can't be a military aircraft.
And another reason why I know it wasn't a helicopter or airplane is because, or even military, is because this UFO was following us. Like, there's no other way to put it. Everywhere we went, it went. If it was going one direction, it would change directions completely if we went the other direction.
Until it disappeared. When she first told me that, like, when it first happened, I was like, oh no, like, this was just coincidence. I was trying everything to convince myself that I didn't see what I had just seen. The more I think about it, I want to deny it, but after part 2 of this story we're going to tell you, there ain't no doubt in my mind anymore that that thing was following us.
I would also like to point this out that, yes, I have always believed in aliens. I believe in almost everything. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I believe in fairies. I believe in vampires. I believe in the werewolf. Mermaids. Fucking Bigfoot. I seriously believe in everything. But when it comes to seeing UFOs, I am very skeptical. I have to see something extreme to make me really believe it's a UFO, because I want to be sure, you know what I mean? I want to be positive, and I know without a doubt in my fucking head that was a UFO.
To be honest, like, after you watch this video, if you don't believe me, if you don't believe Avery, you don't believe like what we saw, I could give a crap less because I know what I saw and I know what happened, you know what I mean? So
it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, and we can't like make anyone believe anything, but we know what we saw.
Yeah.
And also, like, to go off of her note, I don't know if I believe in like vampires and werewolves. I really want to believe in mermaid and fairies. Like, those are like my top 2. The Loch Ness Monster, oh hell yeah, because I'm part Scottish, so that's in Scotland. But you know, aliens, I always was kind of like, you know, I don't know, whatever. I didn't really think much about it until that happened. I always thought it was interesting, don't get me wrong, but at the same time I was very afraid. And then when I saw that UFO, I was in shock. after we talked in the car for like an hour, we got out of the car and we just stared up at the sky for an hour, and we were just trying to watch airplanes, helicopters, and just get a really great visual of them to make sure 1000% what we saw was not that. And it wasn't.
No. We were trying to make logic out of it.
Yeah, we were
like,
trying
to find a logical explanation, and we couldn't.
We couldn't.
Everything, nothing about that was logical. It was not.
So, I don't know what your beliefs are in aliens, but I know for a fact we believe in aliens, especially after seeing what we saw. Like,
there's no going back.
There's no going back. And I get chills. I'm getting them. I get chills every time I talk about this story.
It's a life-changing experience. And you never see the world the same again. Like, it's honestly changes you.
Mm-hmm. Because you know.
Yeah. And then it makes you wonder, like, what else is real?
If we suddenly become missing, okay, and you've seen this video,
you know why.
Yeah, you might know why. Like, we're gone, you know? So, just something to think about.
That's actually really scary.
It is really scary. So we need to upload this quick. Stay tuned, because the second part has to do with one of us being abducted.
Dun, dun, dun.
Not clickbait, for real.
Serious, yeah. Thank you guys for watching this episode of ours. Stay tuned for our next episode.
Part 2.
Part 2 with documented evidence. We love you guys so much, and we really appreciate you watching and being a part of our channel. So, we love you, and see you on the next adventure.
Yeah!
I get tongue-tied trying to think about that whole experience because it blows my mind.
I think that I'm getting chills again.
I almost feel like I'm gonna cry a little bit.
I know.
Like,
it's crazy. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, it leaves me speechless. Let's jump right into it.
Ah! Who's gonna start?
You.
Okay, here we go.